Hi there, and welcome to CinemaNerdz, the podcast. My name is Mike Tyrkus, and I am the editor-in-chief of CinemaNerdz.com, your destination for everything movies. At CinemaNerdz, we have coverage of movie news, trailers, reviews, as well as the occasional interview. Every week on this podcast, we will be offering our views on the latest film releases, such as our topic today.
3 years after James Cameron revisited the world of Avatar in Avatar: The Way of Water, he returns to Pandora to ostensibly conclude his trilogy, chronicling the saga of the struggles of the Na'vi for control of their home against human invaders, with Avatar: Fire and Ash. While the second film took place more than a decade after the events portrayed in the first film, the third film follows The Way of Water by just a few weeks. As the film opens, Jake Sully, who's played by Sam Worthington, and Neytiri, who's played by Zoe Saldana, along with the rest of the Sully clan, are still mourning the loss of Netiyam, when a new tribe of Na'vi, called the Ash People, seeks to eliminate both the less warlike Na'vi as well as the human invaders. This escalates the war between all factions to incalculable levels, as the very existence of Pandora itself may depend on the outcome of this battle. Clocking in at 3 hours and 17 minutes, Avatar: Fire and Ash surpasses its predecessor as the longest entry in the series, at least so far anyway. However, like most of Cameron's films, the length rarely takes a toll on the viewer, although the first hour could be looked at as a bit of over-expository. It serves the definitive purpose to set up the final 2 hours of the film, which is nothing short of a visual feast as well as non-stop action that echoes some of Cameron's best work in that genre.
If you thought that Way of Water was big and impactful, Fire and Ash is going to be an experience unlike anything.
It's a culmination, in a way, of the whole adventure across the previous two films.
Fire and Ash is almost a direct step from the end of the second movie. It's literally where we see them starting to tear.
You said you could protect this family.
I was wrong.
Your goddess has no dominion here.
Movie making and all its technology has finally caught up with Jim Cameron's brain. And that's what is enabling him to create this world.
Jim invented this technical world that makes it possible to go out on an empty stage and ground us.
We've got to evolve it to be able to bring people on a new journey, a new adventure.
The stakes are super high right now.
No, please, please! It's the continuation of this saga that has all the action that a James Cameron movie has, as well as things that no one's ever seen before on a big screen.
There's something you're hiding. Tell me the truth.
Tell her it is time.
The script, like Way of Water, is co-written by Cameron along with Rick Jaffa and Amanda Silver. Once again, the trio of writers infuses a great deal of characterization into the virtual characters depicted on screen. The stakes this time around are even greater than in the previous film, and there is not one reference to the all-too-obvious mineral unobtainium that the whole enterprise was based on from the first film. Suffice it to say, the silliness of the story has again been reeled in for the sake of the narrative. That being said, there is still something to be said for a film that clocks in at nearly 3.5 hours, as does not seem to waste a single moment on displaying how great it is, as was the case with the first film. Credit for this goes to Cameron's co-writers, as well as the extended editing team that included David Brenner, Nicholas Titoth, Jason Gaudio, John Rafosa, Stephen E. Rivkin, as well as Cameron himself. Again, the third film showcases the fantastic production design of Dylan Cole and Ben Proctor, as well as highlighting the art direction provided by the trio of Luke Freeborn, Ashirita Kamath, and Kim Sinclair. Overall, the film is breathtaking and beautiful from beginning to end. With Avatar: Fire and Ash, James Cameron has ostensibly brought his epic trilogy to a thrilling and satisfying conclusion that proves to be not only a superlative theatrical experience, but one of the filmmaker's more satisfying narratives to date. Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to visit us on Facebook and Twitter, and at our website at CinemaNerdz.com.